Today we're going to be starting our first game reviews for our new league, the Dragon League, on tsumegodragon.com/league. And this will be a league where I will be reviewing games, and this league is completely free, so anyone can join, and you'll play matches, 2 matches a week. And then if you need to take a break, you can take a break. And the top rank of the month will become the Dragon of the Month. So I had to start with just me because I was the only one in the league, but now that we're going, I expect it to be ill luck in October if no one else joins. So if you want to take that spot, be sure to join and beat Illuck. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our first review. Our first review is going to be G dollar sign against me. I've played the first 2 games, so we're just starting with that. The next games will be played sometime this week, be by Saturday, before or by Saturday. All right, and of course, this video is sponsored by TsumegoDragon.com, the greatest place to do Go puzzles in the West.
Review started.
Okay, so this is quite an interesting game, and I will admit I did not take it seriously enough. I will be the first to admit I may have been slacking off because it was a 5Q and I was lazy, to put it politely. I was not giving it my 100%, and it clearly showed. I think Black played very, very well and took quite a large lead very quickly. But unfortunately, they got into time trouble, and then the game started falling apart. But you should probably not underestimate them 5Qs. Them 5Qs can play strong games when they want to. All right, so starting off, I did go for a points opening. The idea is to get 25 to 30 points as fast as you can. These are Chinese rules games, so I do have 7.5 points bonus points as white. But you can see here, I'm just taking a bunch of cash really quickly. However, in exchange, black is getting a bunch of influence towards the rest of the board. So we'll see how I handle that, which is not well. But that is currently the plan, and you see here, I just stick to the plan. I think at this point, though, I probably could have chose to start reducing the influence, simply because I do have 7.5 bonus points thanks to being white, and I already have 25 points plus the bonus, and getting 30 in the opening is probably good enough. And at that point, you need to start worrying about black's combination. So I think here I could have started looking at settling and then getting over to the right side to stop this influence instead of going for even more territory. So I think this might have been a minor, small mistake, but it's not a huge deal. Maybe 1 or 2 point mistake. So black does get this, and typically I find Q players really struggle to hold this if someone knows how to reduce it. But on the flip side, I also find their opponents are really, really scared of it, and so they'll completely go crazy trying to deal with it, and they get a massive position. So it's still good at the single digit Q level. I think single digit Q really struggle to focus on these center squares. However, I think their opponents also struggle to deal with reducing their position, so it's kind of evens out. Black went for the influence quite well, I think. I'm wondering if I should have just invaded. Went for a simple generic invasion. I have the points to make up for whatever black gets right here, so I don't know, but I went right here, and I went here. This one is a suboptimal trick move variation. It's not the greatest in the world, but it is a little bit of a trick move. I think typically you would go for the 3/3 here or something, but I didn't want black to just get their position so easily like this. I thought this might be a little good for black, so I decided to, make it difficult for them to get their plan. I did go here. I want to say this is a minor mistake. I think I should have gone here because, again, the interest for black is on this right side, so I should destroy it. And it's not like I lose all of the eyes in the corner because black can't do this so easily because I could just make life. And if black wants to kill me, they have to crawl, and that's just not good. Or if black wants to cut me, sorry, if black wants to cut me. So I think it's okay, and then if black plays here, then I can just make the eye shape. The problem with this one is I didn't realize that black could so easily double bend right there. And the problem with the corner is I can't actually save this thanks to this 13 move. Because of this, I die in the corner. So that means I cannot save those 2 stones. That's a pretty valuable corner, and it would be okay if I was destroying something significant, but I gave a significant corner, and I'm still not comfortable. So I can't destroy this very comfortably either. So, yeah, that was a minor mistake, I think. But Black went for his round. So Black's trying to be consistent with their direction, which I think is good. I went for making life quickly. I think this is okay. I think it's pretty manageable. And Black went for securing the position. I'm not sure if this one's slow or not. Maybe a pincer here would be better. Simply because I can't connect as long as that cutting point exists. So White has to connect first, and then you can just threaten the corner. Maybe like this is better. You can just threaten the corner. But there is this cutting point, which is annoying. So it's probably an okay move. I'm a big fan of just fixing your problems so that way you can do whatever you want. So it's probably an okay move. This one might have been a little bit of a slack move. Again, I'm just like taking my time. Underestimating the 5Q. I think I'm just taking my time playing a solid position, but honestly, I probably should just go in and reduce. That might be the simplest move or simplest way to go about it. I could do a shoulder hit. This gets a little complicated, but you know I'm supposed to like be reading and taking it seriously, so I probably should have went for a complicated variation. So this is a little bit of slack move. Black correctly knew their corner patterns, so it went quite well. I went here. I tried to go on the line of influence, like between here and here. So if we draw like a square in Black's position, you can see the line is about right here. But I think I went one line too deep, as you can see, because I got in a little bit of trouble here. I think another option would have been to play the shoulder hit. This at least gives me forcing moves against these 2 stones. But even this can be very dangerous. So I think probably I should have backed off one. So let's see, I played here. Maybe just here. And then jump. I think that's probably what I should have done. Because I went one line too deep. And I got punished for it. Yeah, I got punished pretty hard here. So typically what you would expect from a move like this is you destroy the side and Black gets the influence in the center. Okay, and that is the trade-off, right? But as we play this out, you can see that I tried just running with some basic shape, but Black gets the influence and I still have to live, and so I'm just struggling to poke things, trying to make life here. And you could see that Black still got the cash on the right, and they're still getting all the influence. So this is not good by any means. I really hated how quickly the stone died. I really wanted to do something here with it, but I just couldn't. So this is a pretty poor position for White. There's just no future for this group. This group is just really annoying to say, but you can't just give it up because it's too big to give up. So I think Black handled this attack very, very, very well. Black unsettled it, surrounded, didn't get too greedy for a kill, just surrounded the group, got the influence, poked it, got the territory. White is just this string of stones with no value at all. This entire string has nothing surrounded, right? No value, a bunch of wasted moves. So Black handled this attack very, very well. And Black is fixing their weaknesses. They were taking their time quite a lot, I think, to read everything as carefully as they could, and I think they were doing quite well. I think at the end of the game, I looked at the graph, and at the worst spot of the game, which I think is coming up, I was down 50 points. 50 points is a lot of points. I was definitely not paying attention. But eventually I started noticing, like, hey, look, I'm losing. Like, I understand this is a 5Q and all, and I'm supposed to be stronger than a 5Q, but I am losing by a not small amount. So the 5Q really like punished me hard for slacking off. So I had to start really like putting things together. So here I'm poking to make shape and try to get in an eye right here. Because if I don't start making some sort of living shape, then my group's going to die. And even if the group lives, it's still really bad for me. Black played here. I think this is where we start to see Black go a little bit on the negative side because there's no reason to do all of this. Um, I think it's possible, but Black sacrificed the group and cut me off. But if you don't kill this, you just gave White a lot of cash. And considering how Black was playing up to this point, rather than like forcing a life and death problem, which it's usually not good to base the game on a life and death problem because it's really hard, you have to have really, really good reading and confidence in the position to base the entire game on it. I think simply just connect. You're winning by so many points? White's still not alive. White still has to live. Now the purpose of this stone is so I can go down here, because Black cannot run away with that stone. But it's not like you can't make it a false eye. Like, it's still an eyeless group. Now, the White can also connect right here, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Black will get to play first on the rest of the board. Black is controlling like a quarter of the board, I think. Like blah, 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 blah. It's like a mini go board on the go board of Black's position. Like, this is very, very difficult for White to deal with. So I think just do that and Black wins, right? So I think it was unnecessary to play some sort of sacrifice play right here. It just wasn't necessary. And this was definitely getting distracted. Black should have followed through the attack and tried to kill this maybe, because it doesn't make sense to sacrifice these if you're not going to follow up the attack. Why sacrifice to cut something off and then not follow through with the cut or the attack of the group that you cut off? So this was a little bit not good. I'm losing. I'm not going to respond to something like this. It's really big locally. Like, locally, it's a very large group. But, yeah, I'm not going to respond to that. So here, I start trying to make shape, trying to make life as best I can. The AI actually said that this one was a large mistake. I should have played here. My concern, though, was what happens here if I just get cut. So I was definitely concerned about that. I don't know. I was definitely concerned about getting cut, and I thought if I went down like this, these two stones would just die, and I can't save the two stones in here. So I'm not sure what the AI was on about. I didn't really look through it thoroughly because I needed to go to bed. It was late at night, so I needed to go to bed. But mostly I just start making shape right here. And now we see Black's second blunder, which pretty much caught me up in the game. Black plays another sacrifice play. And Black sacrifices to cut off the corner, but I'm losing. I'm going to go for these trades and just fight it out. So in the corner, I technically can die, but I was aiming for a ko, because ko's are amazing for making comebacks. Because ko's, you can get 2 moves in a row somewhere else on the board for the local position. So it's very dangerous, but I'm going to do that. I'm down by 50 points. Why would I not take such a large risk? Instead, Black should just not worry about it. All Black has to do is just make the position, right? Or maybe here. All Black has to do is win the game. But Black keeps making sacrifice plays. And if I was to give advice to Black, I think Black's going to watch the video. My advice to you is stop sacrificing stuff. You're winning the game. Just win the game. Sacrifice plays are only like when they're necessary. Like, you don't need to do it all the time. Don't be greedy. You're up by 50 points. Well, not anymore, but you're up by a lot of points. Don't play sacrifice plays, especially when you don't actually get the follow through, because I ended up making life here, which this should have been a ko, because there was some stuff right here. So it could have very easily been a ko, but there's annoying connection stuff right here. I think, yeah, these three are really annoying. Maybe something like this. Anyway, I thought there was going to be a ko here, but I ended up just making life straight out. But, yeah. I think here's a nice chance for Black. Black could have also went for a ko, because if we do something like this... Oh, wait, no. It's not a ko. It's not a ko. It's not a ko. Not a ko. It is a ko. Yeah, it is a ko. If Black goes for a ko right here, you're not trying to kill the corner, right? You're trying to say, hey, I am going to get 2 moves in a row. Let's see. Where do I want them? Here and here. There we go. 2 moves in a row, you win the game. More or less. So I think that's probably what you could have done. But eventually I was able to start using the weaknesses in here and break in. And then it kind of just got worse because black tried to attack here. And now it's an even game. So, and now I'm definitely paying attention. So unfortunately the attack goes in my favor. Fortunate for black, I just outread black here and was able to eventually just capture this group. You can see like the reading is a lot sharper at this part of the board than it was way over here. It's a lot sharper. So eventually I just killed the corner and win. But I think black had several opportunities. And like I said, black got into time trouble. And so up here, I had like 6-7 times the amount of clock time. So I was able to read a lot more than black was at this part of the game. Mostly because I was down by a lot because I was playing quickly and not paying attention. So the story of this game I think was quite interesting. Black played extremely well and then started making sacrifice plays, and that's when it went downhill. And then I played extremely poorly and then was like, oh, I'm losing. Took advantage of the sacrifice plays to catch up, and then started really trying and was able to make a comeback and eventually just win the game straight up. So very fun game, very exciting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that and enjoyed the game review. Be sure to check out tsumegodragon.com/league if you would like to join the free league and also get your games reviewed. Not everyone will get reviewed, but I'm going to try to do a lot of them. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.